Good morning, everyone. Okay, let me add some banners. How's everyone doing? I'm just going to wait for some of you guys to tune in. Say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If this is your first time, definitely let me know that's your first time so I can give you a shout out. For those of you tuning in for the first time, my name is Ayesha Chidole. I'm an immigration attorney and I practice immigration law all over the United States as it pertains to your family immigration matter or humanitarian matter. Um, our offices are in Florida and Atlanta. My phone number is 407-995-6567. You can also send a text on WhatsApp. That number is 404-333-8751. It's also the number is also scrolling through on the ticker on Facebook and YouTube. And then if you're on Instagram, the number is in my profile picture. I got a good topic for you guys today. I see someone is just jumping right into it. Hi, Chantel on Instagram asking me what is VAWA. I am going to talk about what it is and explain how and when a child can qualify for that. No worries. But again, shout out, comment. Let me know where you are tuning in from. I am in sunny Florida right now in Lake Mary, Florida, Orlando area. Good morning, Starboy on YouTube. Okay, so what is VAWA? As somebody asked me on Instagram, VAWA is a law that was enacted to help immigrants who do not have green cards or status to be able to obtain it by themselves if they have certain types of abusive partners or people that they, or relationships. And the categories of people are generally your spouse. If your spouse is a US citizen or a green card holder and they're abusive, you will you can qualify to self-petition and get your green card. Another category of people are parents. If you have a 21-year-old child or older who's a US citizen that is abusive to you, you can qualify for VAWA. The third category, which is what I'm sort of talking about today, is for children. So with children, if your parent or your step parent is abusive, you can qualify to self-petition. So today I'm just going to talk about sort of what the requirements are and the types of parental relationship that qualify. So when you're a child, a lot of times, most of the times, we see this with step parents, where the step parent is both abusive to the child's biological parents and to the child themselves. Even though if your parent wants to file, they can file on their own. That's your biological parent. A child is also eligible to submit a petition by themselves based on the abusive nature of their step parent, right? Or their parent. But, let me just talk about step parents for a second. So, in that case, generally what they're looking at is that the child has to be under 21 years old. Okay. If the child is over 21 years old, they can file, but they have to add an additional step. Between the ages of 21 and before they turn 25, they have to show that the reason why they didn't file or they did what we call a late filing is due to the abuse. It didn't allow them to file until now, So that is what sort of makes the difference between the two. Generally, you can petition if it's whether or not it's your parents. Sometimes, you might have a parent, they didn't have citizenship, maybe they had a green card and then your parent becomes cruel to you. Your parent doesn't want to file for you. Your parent doesn't want to help you. And your parent is mean. Your parent, does all sorts of, physical abusive things to you or, beats you up or whatever the case may be. If that's the case, if you're a child, you can qualify. Same with step parents. If you have a step parent who is mean, tells you you're not going to amount to anything, doesn't allow you to go to school, doesn't allow you to have internet, like basic internet to do your homework, or, deprives you and your family of food or what you can buy, to eat and stuff like that, you could potentially qualify. And, similar to all other types of VAWA, if you do get approved, you will be able to get a 10-year green card. If you're under 21, you will have a better chance of filing an adjustment of status at the same time as your VAWA application, so you can get your work permit, and stuff like that. But if you're over 21, you will have to wait, for because of your age. So you're going to go based on the visa bulletin. So you can file the VAWA standalone and wait for the VAWA approval to get that work permit. And then, once once your visa availability becomes available, then you'll be able to do your own adjustment of status. Okay, so that is kind of how that works. Let me take some of your questions. Starboy says, my spouse filed an I-130 for me, and he's very abusive, and I converted my case to a VAWA case. My I-360 was approved in August, and my approval notice, my private date was March 31st. Congratulations. Are you asking me a question? Okay, I see what you're saying here. Okay. What does it mean? I filed 360 and 485 together in November of 2018. And how long do I have to wait for the interview for my green card? Okay, so priority date is for what I just talked about right now. So, like, for example, the fact that you did VAWA on the basis of your spouse, the priority date is not going to be as important to you because yours is an immediate family if your spouse is a U.S. citizen. So they'll be making a decision pretty soon. But if you were a child, for example, and you filed and you got your approval, your priority date would be that 2016. So you would count. So, like, if the visa bulletin says, right now we're looking at cases from 2015, and your priority date is 2016, then you'll count and know that you have basically one more year before visas are available for you. And at the time when visas become available for you, you can then do your adjustment of status. Priority dates are something that's truly a bit confusing. And it's not one of those things that I say to clients to try to figure out, because there's nothing worse than submitting a petition and they tell you that, your priority date is not available. So it's one of those things you definitely want legal counsel to help you with that. But Starboy, in your case, unless your spouse is a green card holder, I wouldn't say, my Instagram keeps disappearing. I wouldn't say that you need to worry about that. Okay. Taiwo says, good morning. Good morning, Taiwo. Dimitri, hello from sunny Orlando. Justina, good morning. Uzer from Los Angeles. I love your show. Thank you for the information. You're welcome. Brandon, good morning, Aisha. Can you get a green card through can a green card through VAWA be issued without an interview? Yes, it can. Can you guys on Instagram see me? Like, my Instagram is acting up today. Hold on, guys. Let me just see if they can see me on there, because it's saying it's paused. If you're on Instagram, can one person or two just comment and let me know if you can see me? Okay. As I was saying, let's see. So yes, you can, but I can't tell you why they make the decision they make and who they bypass or who they don't bypass, if that's your next question. Generally, if, let's say, you didn't send them to your medical exam, they will ask you for your medical exam as an RFE and then just make the decision. Otherwise, that's how it works. But the VAWA part itself, they usually will approve or not approve without an interview. That's for the VAWA part itself. There's usually no interview for that part. Good morning, Hannah. Good morning, Tina from Austin, Texas. First time here, but we've had a consultation a couple of weeks ago. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. So Dimitri says, with VAWA alone, after biometrics, what is next? If you only have a standalone VAWA, what is next is an approval. That's what you got to wait for. And hopefully not a request for additional evidence. Um, okay, Star Boy says, yes, my spouse is a green card holder. Okay, so yeah, a priority date would be essential for you if your spouse is a green card holder. But the good news is that visas are currently available for spouses of green card holders. So you don't have a wait time still as of right now. So your the next phase of your green card could come any day now, in a couple of weeks, couple of months. It just really depends. It's hard to say. Okay, let's see. Hi, Chantal in New York. What part of New York are you in? That's my hometown in America. So McQueen says, when can someone who will be 3 years in May apply for citizenship? McQueen, the answer depends on how you have your green card. Is your green card through your spouse? Are you and your spouse still married? If you and your spouse are still married, you've been married for 3 years and you have your green card for 3 years, then you'll be eligible 90 days before May 2022. If that's not the case, then you got to wait 5 years and you'll be eligible 90 days before the 5th year. Okay. Okay, let's see. Other question. How long does it take to get work authorization with VAWA? This is somebody asking on Instagram. The answer depends on what you applied for. If you applied for a standalone VAWA, you have to wait until you're approved. So it's funny because they actually send you an approval work permit before they send you your approval letter. Last year was taking them like several months after the approval to send the letter, but right now it's, I would say right now we're seeing more of like a couple of weeks. If it's a VAWA standalone, you're looking at anywhere from 20 months to 2.5 years for, if that's all you did, like a standalone. Some people are lucky and they get it earlier, but majority of the people fall within that time zone. If you filed it with an adjustment of status and your work permit application, then in that case, you're looking at anywhere from 5 months to 8 months to get your work permit. If you are a green card holder, how long can you be away from the US without having problems when you want to file for citizenship? So the answer depends on what you're filing citizenship under. Is it the 3-year or the 5-year? Basically, if it's the 5-year, you want to make sure that you've been in the United States at least 2.5 years of that time at the very minimum. I am one person that always said, don't be on the cusp. So make it more, try to be in the US at least, more than 2.5 years. So at least 2.5 or 2.75 or something, just because you don't want them to now start digging and dissecting into your travel or whatever. What some people do is, maybe they go out of the country. If you go out of the country, generally, you don't want to stay out of the country more than 6 months because, you risk also abandonment, or when you enter into the country where Customs and Border will force you to sign saying that you've abandoned your green card, and then you have to file for a green card again. And you might not have somebody to file for you, depending on how you got it. If you're doing it based on marriage, also the 3-year, you want to at least be here half of that time. Okay. Let's see. What is the time range after an approved VAWA? When will I hear from USCIS for the Form I-485 when filed concurrently? Do I check the processing time based on my state or Vermont? You check it based on Vermont, but it's just really hard to say. I think this is a question that I've been getting a lot. It could vary. It could be like a month. It could be 2 months. It could be 3 months. 4 months. It's just really dependent on who the officer is that has your case, what's going on with your case. It used to be very predictable prior to COVID. It's so unpredictable now. So, I hate to give a time and then your stuff doesn't happen within that time. And then you're like, oh, well, this lawyer said it was going to take this long. So, okay, you guys can see me. That's good. How long okay, I answered that one. Do you guys handle VAWA and removal proceedings in Atlanta? I handle VAWA. I can refer you to somebody that handles removals in Atlanta. Call my office. Okay, so let's see. Do I have any other questions before I jump off? Okay. All right, guys. Well, this was fun. If I didn't get to your question, sorry. You can just tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be trying to be on tomorrow as well between 9 to 10 a.m. So subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. So when I go live, you can see that I go live. And I always generally save my videos so you can watch them if you are just tuning in late. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.